Good morning. How are you all today? Hi, my name's Angela, um, and welcome to Moxie's house. Moxie was our golden retriever, and we miss her very much, so we always call it Moxie's house because she would have loved the backyard. And we have Spaz and we have Nala. As you can hear, the queen bee herself is busy guarding the neighborhood. She's telling everybody that this is her neighborhood, and if you wanted to be here, that's quite all right. Started this little video experiment, so to speak, to, I guess, put a little bit of warmth and happiness in everybody's life. I mean, you take a look at me and you know you look a lot better than I do, so maybe that makes you happy. So today what we're going to do is show you breakfast. I have some stomach issues, so I have to be very careful what I eat. So for you people out there with IBS and gastritis and things, maybe you can get a little bit of support. So today we're having, and I'm going to change this, we are having cream of wheat. Cream of wheat is very, very filling, and it doesn't take long to fix. And when I make it, I make enough for 2 days. So this morning we've got 2 cups of vanilla almond milk because I have to watch my dairy so much. So this is a lot better for me. So we're waiting for this to boil. And then we're going to add in a 1/3 cup of cream of wheat, and don't let it fool you. This makes a lot more than it looks like. And today for fun, we're going to add a little bit of orange peel. You ever had those chocolate oranges that they used to have where you used to slam them and break apart and had chocolate and orange, and it tastes really, really good. So we're going to add baking cocoa to it and a little bit of sugar. And we have our French press going right now. So we're going to have some really good decaf. That's important for people with IBS because once you have too much caffeine in your system, it really alienates your bowel system. And I know that's not an attractive thing to say in the morning right before breakfast. So it looks like our milk is about ready to boil. We just need it just slightly boiling for a little while, okay? And we're going to give that just a few minutes. And I think we're seeing some bubbles. As you can see, we do have a few bubbles coming up. So we're going to do this. Now this is a stainless steel pan. So I usually try to use stainless steel because I know it cooks better. So according to the directions, we just need to add a little bit of this at a time. And it says to use a whisk. So we're going to grab one of our handy dandy whisks here and whisk that in a little bit. So we're going to do that. Okay. And we're going to add a little bit more. And let's see how that goes. All right, we'll whisk that in really good. You don't want it sticking to the pan because this stuff can really, it's like paste when you get done. And if it dries, there comes our boil. So we're going to add a little bit. Let's just do it all, see what happens. Let's whisk it in there, okay? And we're going to let it simmer for a while. Now once we get done simmering this, it should be really, really good. Now it takes about 2.5 minutes total to cook this. And as you can hear, the dogs are saying, "Where's ours? Where's ours?" Funny thing is, they've already been fed. They've been fed for some time. I usually have a medication in the morning that I have to wait a half an hour before I can put any solid food in my stomach. So, and just a little about me. I was widowed for a number of years. I'm 61, and last year I got remarried. My husband drives for Uber, so I cook as much as I can at home, so kind of like that leaves him kind of short on business. You know, if everybody out there did that, he wouldn't have a job. So, but thankfully there's a lot of people out there that really enjoy some of the restaurants around here. Our city is a test market for restaurants, so there's a lot of stuff to go to. But when you have IBS like I do, and you know, if any of you listeners out there do, you know what I mean. It's very difficult to go out to restaurants and actually find something both healthy, filling, and enjoyable that your body can actually digest. And it's such a more common problem than people, know about. It's just unreal. There's so many people out there that are having issues with it. So let's just let this stew for a while. I think we're just about done. You see it's starting to thicken up. Yeah, it looks like applesauce, doesn't it? So we're going to go ahead. I think that's all we need. Let's turn off the heat. And I decided to name this video, or this video spot, if I can get it on YouTube, Moxie's house. Now, Moxie left us in 2012 in December before we moved to this house. And she had a small yard there at the old house, but she still loved it. It was her domain. She was beautiful. I swear, she was half human. She would take turns at night, and she'd come into my room for a while and sleep there on a rug. We each had a rug, and it was just my son and I. And we did this for quite a while. And then we're going to add some cocoa to it. And then we're going to put some orange peel. Ooh, you should smell that. I wish there was smell-o-vision. You can smell the cocoa and the orange peel together, which is really going to be good. So this is like cocoa wheats. I know they used to have cocoa wheats. They might still have them out there. I don't know. I usually buy the regular straight because that way I can add to it as I go. But back to Moxie. She started to get old and had problems, and we knew her time was coming, and we unfortunately had to let her go, and it was devastating to me. It was quite a few years ago, but we think about her often. We put her ornament on the Christmas tree every year, and we love our fur babies. We really do. I think they live a better life than we do. Okay, so it's thickening up real good. We're going to have to add a little sugar to this. I don't like to use a lot of sugar, but, you only live once. And the other thing about IBS is you've got to be careful on your sugar. So I love cranberry juice, and I can no longer have regular cranberry juice. All I can have is I think it's got like 5 calories, but it's great for your kidneys. And I know sometimes these artificial sweeteners, I know I'm putting a lot of sugar in it, but, remember, this is enough for 2 days. Yep. The other half of this will go in a little bitty old Tupperware container or plastic container, whatever you have. And tomorrow morning, when I get up and I start my coffee, I will put this in the microwave, and it'll be ready to go. So we're going to let this thicken for a while. And let's see what this tastes like. It's going to be hot, so we're going to have to give it a few minutes. Yeah, look at that. Sometimes I like to make it with dried cranberries and blueberries. A little bit of honey. That's always good. I like honey. Honey and tea are really good. Another thing I found out recently, also for anybody out there with IBS and stomach issues, I used to think peppermint tea was really good for it, and it used to be that way for me, but right after Christmas, I don't know if it's because overindulgence or what have you, I drank some really hot peppermint tea, and it really upset my stomach terribly. So I'm just going to have to be really, really cautious about that. So you might want to test that on yourself, just to keep a mental note or even a diary, because that's what my new gastrologist told me, was to keep a diary. And I don't eat a lot like I used to. I kind of keep it at a minimum. Not that I'm trying to lose weight, because I was sick for a long time. And I don't think that spoon's big enough, is it? we're going to have to do something different. So what that turned out to be was I was not eating a lot, but mainly because certain foods affected me, and I didn't really have an appetite. So, but no, I'm not watching my diet because I'm, watching my weight. I'm at a healthy weight, but I went so long not eating that I became malnourished. So we're going to put this in here. Looks like there's not as much as I thought there was going to be. But it's very, very, very filling. I will tell you that. So this is enough for today because this is going to expand in my stomach. So anyway, looks kind of messy, but that's okay. As Julia Child once said, never apologize for mistakes in the kitchen. They're always fixable. So let's see what this tastes like. Yep. This is very tasty. It really is. I hope you guys try it. And it's so price-wise. Excuse me, I don't want to eat in front of you. Show my teeth because I haven't brushed my teeth yet. It's the worst feeling in the world, trying to eat something sweet after you brush your teeth. But what this does is it kind of keeps you on a budget a little bit too, I think. I guess Nala's still standing guard out there, It really, really helps your budget too because it's not that expensive. And I know that the milk is a little bit more expensive. And if you can have and tolerate dairy, by all means use that. My husband's a keto diet person, so he doesn't use anything but perhaps heavy cream. So every once in a while, I'll throw some heavy cream in there. And just to give it a more creamier texture, so to speak. Now, we're going to do this. We're going to show you here. We are going to push on the French press. It had to steep for about 5 minutes. I will never go back to an automatic drip. Never. This is my way of making what I consider my Starbucks. I love Starbucks. I could live on Starbucks. But it gets expensive. But I'll tell you one thing. That's one thing I can't do. Maybe one day I'll try to figure it out. How to make those phenomenal cheese Danish that they have. They're absolutely wonderful. They're addictive. I actually have a friend that I took her there one day when we were out shopping, and I said, come on, I'm going to treat you. We went through there, and a couple days later, after we'd had those cheese Danish, she said, oh my gosh, what have you done to me? You got me addicted to them. They actually went to Sam's Club. I can't seem to get a whole teaspoon of sugar in there. So there we go. And there's our little baker Smurf down there a little bit ago. Like to keep him handy. Maybe he's kind of like a good luck thing. So, well, this is my breakfast for today. Cream of wheat with cocoa and orange. It's very, very tasty. I tried it and it's really, really good. Not going to add any more cream or anything to it. I think we're fine the way it is. So I'm going to let you go for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Today we got errands to run and laundry. This is what happens when you're retired. You think you're not going to have that much work to do, but to be honest with you, you have a lot more because it's always taking work to look, to get your house clean or what have you. And I'm kind of debating on whether to dress up every day, but you know, I really like my pink bathrobe. I really do. It's comfortable and it's warm, and we have damp winters here, so, and I tend to get cold, and I think that's me just getting old, so to speak. So, ta-ta for now, and if you can do something nice for somebody else today, by all means. Bye for now. Bye-bye.